You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
The Yamaha factory team is back in the spotlight after testing their latest engine for the YZR-M1 at the Jerez circuit in Spain. In an intense testing session, Yamaha introduced a new engine prototype with a 4-inline configuration that has undergone significant development. The new engine is claimed to bring major changes from the previous version, especially in terms of power and engine speed efficiency. From the test results, the speed shown by the YZR-M1 with this new prototype was outstanding, making Yamaha engineers and riders respond positively. This test is an important part of Yamaha's plan to compete in the front row of Motogp again next season. With the improved performance of the new machine, the expectation is even greater to see Yamaha dominate on the track again. And here's the full news. The factory Yamaha Motogp team is back in the spotlight after conducting an important testing session at the Jerez circuit in Spain. In this closed test, Yamaha introduced their latest engine prototype, which still features the 4-inline configuration, the hallmark of the YZR-M1 motorcycle, but with significant improvements developed over the last few months. The new engine is the result of intensive collaboration between Yamaha engineers in Japan and the European development team. According to reports from the paddock, the main focus of the development was to improve top speed, corner exit acceleration, as well as maintaining the smooth characteristics that the YZR-M1 has always been known for. Several test riders, including Yamaha's flagship test rider, gave very positive feedback after trying the bike with the new engine. In several runs made during the morning and afternoon sessions, the prototype YZR-M1 showed incredible speed on the Jerez straight. In fact, the provisional times recorded show a promising improvement over the previous machine, especially in sectors where Yamaha often lags behind competitors such as Ducati and KTM. In addition to the speed increase, Yamaha is also reportedly testing a more precise electronic system to maximize the performance of the new engine. The ride-by-wire system, traction control, and top-end power management are of particular interest, given the importance of stability and control in the increasingly fierce level of Motogp competition. This prototype engine will most likely continue to be developed and refined before it is officially used in races next season. But from the early results, it's clear that Yamaha are starting to find a positive direction to return to their peak performance of the Jorge Lorenzo and Valentino Rossi era. The Jerez test was an important first step in Yamaha's long-term development project, which aims to close the gap with rivals. With improved speed and promising technical updates, Yamaha fans now have reason to be optimistic about the upcoming Motogp season. On the other hand, for inline engine completely updated, the new engine is not just a minor revision of the previous version, but the result of a thorough development involving Yamaha's senior engineers in Japan as well as technical collaboration with their European crew. The Yamaha team realized that in recent seasons, they had fallen behind their main rivals, particularly Ducati, KTM, and Aprilia, in terms of peak speed and power efficiency. The 4-inline configuration does differ from the V4 philosophy that most of their rivals use. While the 4-inline engine excels in agility and corner control, its main weakness has always been maximum power output and acceleration on the straights. Therefore, in this new prototype, Yamaha focused development on improving combustion efficiency, reducing internal friction, and optimizing high RPM. Promising performance on track. From the results of the 2-day test, the performance of this new engine looks very promising. In dry track conditions, the YZR-M1 with the new engine was able to record a peak speed that was up to several kilometers per hour higher than the previous season's specifications. Yamaha's test rider, whose identity is being withheld by the team, reported improved corner exit acceleration as well as a much more aggressive yet controllable throttle response, a highly desirable combination in racing. Several sources from the paddock mentioned that in one race simulation session, the bike was able to closely track the top-end speed of the Ducati bike, which has been known as the benchmark in terms of straight-line speed. This is certainly a positive signal that Yamaha is finally starting to find a solution to the engine performance issues that have haunted them in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Electronics and aerodynamics updates. In addition to the engine, Yamaha also used this test session to test their latest electronics. The ECU and traction control have been optimized to work more precisely with the character of the new engine. The ride-by-wire system underwent recalibration to provide a more linear yet aggressive throttle response, while engine braking was also improved to make it more stable during hard braking before corners. Not only the engine and electronics sector, the new fairing prototype was also tested. Yamaha is known to be developing a new aerodynamics package designed to reduce drag and improve stability at high speeds. New winglets with a sharper design were seen installed on the test bike, suggesting Yamaha is starting to boldly pursue a more aggressive approach in terms of downforce, following the modern aerodynamics trend of Motogp. Response from within the team and expectations for next season. Lynn Jarvis, managing director of Yamaha Motor Racing, stated in a closed-door interview that his team is quite satisfied with the initial results of this test, although they realize there are still many things that need to be evaluated and refined before the machine is truly ready to be used in racing. We are not going to change our engine philosophy, but we realize that we need to get out of our comfort zone. This new engine shows that we are on the right track. But we're not done yet, Jarvis said. On the other hand, Yamaha fans and Motogp observers are starting to have high hopes for this new engine project. After a difficult period of less competitive performance, Yamaha now seems to be responding with concrete and progressive steps. Jerez is just the beginning, more tests to come. The Jerez test was just the start of a series of evaluations that will continue into next year's Motogp preseason. The engine will most likely be tested again at Valencia and Sepang, 2 circuits that will provide more complete data due to differences in track characteristics. With this new engine prototype, Yamaha is sending a clear message: they haven't given up on the title race and have every intention of returning to the top of the Motogp table. The Jerez circuit that morning was anything but ordinary. Behind the tightly closed paddock doors, Yamaha were writing new history. For the first time since the Motogp era began, the Iwata-based manufacturer was finally testing an engine with a V4 configuration, leaving behind their long legacy with the inline-4 engine that has characterized the Yamaha M1. And who was the rider given the responsibility of experiencing this revolutionary machine first? Not Quartararo. Not Morbidelli. But Alex Rins, a new recruit who is known for being calm but sharp, and has extensive experience riding a variety of Motogp bikes. Not just a new machine, but a changed philosophy. Yamaha is known for its elegant and refined approach. Their bikes over the years have been built for fast, smooth cornering on the track, and rely heavily on a flowing style of racing. But in reality, in recent seasons, this approach has fallen behind. Ducati took off, KTM surprised, and even Aprilia stabilized. The V4 engine was a symbol of great change. Yamaha finally realized, if they wanted to compete, they had to change. Initial test, V4 performance unveiled at Jerez. In the closed test session, only a handful of people knew the details. But from the leaks that emerged, Rins was impressive. Not only from his time record, but also from the expression on his face when he got off the bike. Honestly, this is very different from the usual M1. From the first pull, it already feels brutal. But it's fun, said Rins with a chuckle in the post-test interview. He mentioned that the power from the V4 engine is much more explosive, especially when exiting slow corners, an area that has been a weakness of Yamaha bikes. If I used to have to keep my momentum, now I can be more gas-bowl and come out of corners with confidence, he continued. But not everything is perfect. Although his first impression was positive, Rins did not turn a blind eye to shortcomings. Some aspects such as corner entry stability and traction control still need to be adjusted. It's still a prototype, and I can feel Yamaha is just starting to touch the potential of this bike. But they are on the right track. Some Yamaha engineers are also rumored to be focusing development on the gearbox and chassis areas in order to find a balance between power and agility, two elements that have been Yamaha's DNA all along. A bold move that many are waiting for. It's not just Yamaha fans who are looking forward to this change. Even rival riders and Motogp observers have long voiced that Yamaha needs a V4 engine if it is to remain relevant at the front of the grid. This change is not without risk. Developing a new engine from scratch requires huge resources, time, and of course riders who are able to provide the right feedback. Rin's presence here is no coincidence. He has experience with Suzuki's inline 4 and Honda's V4 engines. What's next? There has been no official confirmation of when the V4 engine will make its racing debut. But from the body language of Rins and the Yamaha engineers, you can tell this is no longer just an experiment. This is the future. If all goes well, this engine could appear in the next tests, maybe even in a wildcard race. Or at the very least, we'll see the bike in full season action from 2026. One thing is for sure, Yamaha has changed. And the Motogp world should prepare for their resurgence.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away, cause